Hey everybody, this is the Geek Next Door, and I've got a review for you. Right now, what you're going to be looking at is going to be the bumper. I got it from the free case that Apple is giving every iPhone 4 owner until sometime in September when they reevaluate the antenna situation. First thing I can say is, were they really charging $30 for this thing? I mean, I just got this in the mail, and I'd read some reports on the internet that some people were initially getting their bumper in just a plastic sack, which that would have been fine, but as you can see, I actually got the retail packaging, which is pretty neat, but it doesn't change the case. I've already opened it up, so let me open it up for you guys. You guys have already seen 100 videos, probably seen these, but not having an Apple Store in my location, it's pretty neat to be able to look at this firsthand, and I wanted to show you guys this right away. So, got this, I ordered this the first day from Apple, that their free case program started. That was in late July, and I just now got it. We're here in mid-August, so approximately 3 weeks to get for a free case, quote-unquote $30 case. I'm not complaining, but it could have been here a lot sooner if there really was a problem and they're really worried about their users, like they say. Okay, moving on. Like I said, got the case open. Here's my iPhone. If you saw my previous video, you know I've got a ZAGG InvisiShield on here. So let's go ahead and install it. As you see earlier, the case, pretty flexible, pretty bendy. Now the case is actually made of two different kinds of rubber. And it's kind of tough to see in this light, but you've got a hard, feels kind of like a polycarbonate shell with a softer inner rubber. And you guys should be able to see that kind of bending in a little bit right by my fingernail. So now that I've got it out of its packaging, we're going to go ahead and install it on the iPhone. And like a lot of cases, what you'll want to do, especially if it has any sort of cutout or special spot for the volume slider, mute slider, volume buttons, you want to put those in first and then slide the rest of the phone, because it is smooth along this top edge. Get it on there, get everything kind of snapped in place, kind of have to wiggle it around a little bit, make sure it's on there just right. Give me just a second, guys. Okay, now if you've watched any sort of YouTube case reviews or anything like that, you guys already know the basics. Great fit. Obviously it was made by Apple, so super fit. Some people say over time that the case will kind of wiggle. This is a first look. I just got it. I'm just showing you guys. I mean, literally, I took it out of the package to see how it fit, and then I started filming this YouTube review. So, I don't have a lot of real-world usage data that I can give you yet. But anyway, moving right along, you got your sleep-wake button, you got your volume buttons, you got your mute, which is kind of buried. I don't think it's that bad, but I can see why some people would say, hey, this is kind of hard to get to, especially if you've got bigger fingers or if you don't have fingernails. Going down to the bottom, let me zoom in for you guys real quick. Alright, you get your speaker, your microphone, and then your 30-pin dock connector. Now, if you have a third-party cable, whether that's to charge or plug up to your computer, it may or may not work with the bumper case. A lot of people have said this. I've tested this out with a third-party cable of mine. It does not work. You need an Apple 30-pin dock connector cable. Otherwise, you're going to have a really tough time getting anything on here. Now, one other thing I wanted to show you guys, when I first thought about ordering a bumper before they started giving them away, is I like to wear my phone on my hip when I'm at work. I don't like things in my pocket, if I have to sit down or take apart something where I need to get down, and I don't like my phone in my pocket. So often I'll use a hip case. I've got a hip case right here, made by Delo. I've actually had this for quite a while. This was actually for an iPhone 3G. This case is about 3 years old, taking really good care of it. Gotten some really good usage. Now, love this hip case. So when the bumper was announced, I thought it would be kind of neat to see how the iPhone, especially because it was smaller then the 3G and 3GS, with the iPhone 4 that is, see if it would fit in this hip case with the bumper on it. Unfortunately, it's no go. It gets really close, gets really tight in there, and I'm sure if I wanted to squeeze and push hard enough, I could get it down in there, but it's not going. So anyway, that's kind of a bummer. You know, let me take the bumper off for you so you guys can kind of see how it fits in the hip case. Oh, that's kind of a... Okay, guys, I guess Apple doesn't really want you to take this off. Okay, there it finally goes. Sorry, got off camera there for a second. Alright. iPhone in the hip case. As you see, it is fairly loose. Got a little bit of wiggle room because, once again, this hip case is made for an iPhone 3G/3GS. As we all know, it's essentially the same size phone. All in all, when we get down to it, even though the bumper, when it's on the iPhone, doesn't fit in the hip case, it's a free case, people. It's one of the cases that Apple is giving away. So I want to say thanks, Apple. Thanks, YouTubers. Hope you enjoyed my video. Thanks for subscribing. Have a good day.